Hello, lovelies. And today I would like to talk to you about something that you know that I'm crazy for, and that's NaNoWriMo. So recently NaNoWriMo released, well, let's start at the beginning. Let's start last November when it came out that one of the NaNoWriMo staff members was grooming children in the Junior Nanos group. Now, I have hosted Junior Nano groups in the past for when my children were in school, and I was very upset by this. There is no excuse for this. There is no reason to. Anyway, if you like want to look into something, it's all in the forums. I'm not going to dig into that, but basically, they handled it poorly, and as a result, a lot of people started leaving NaNoWriMo, which has resulted in some very interesting changes. And I'm not going to say that the correlation is necessarily direct with what is going on. However, NaNoWriMo is now a sponsor by ProWriting Aid, which uses both non-generative and generative AI in their products. As a writer, I do not have a problem with non-generative AI. We use it all the time. We use it to find maps. We use it to find routes around traffic accidents, spell checking, grammar checking. All of these are types of non-generative AIs. They are AIs that are set with a specific set of rules that teach this AI what to do and how to do things. Are they always right? No, they're not. Do they allow for variances in languages and spellings? Not always. So it does take a human mind to deal with them. Generative AI, however, is a very different little creature altogether. Generative AI creates by scanning thousands and possibly millions of written words, articles, authors without giving them credit, world building, the ancient works, all the way to modern New York Times bestsellers. Get scanned into generative AIs to create a machine that will find patterns of writing and then duplicate those in basically averages to create written words. Basically, it's like the turducken of writing. You put in, let's say, I want historical myth with Greek gods and space aliens, and it will scan for those three kinds of things, and then it will roll them together, um, like a sushi roll, and create a completely fabricated work from plagiarized content. And sadly, very early this week, NaNoWriMo released this very unfortunately worded statement. And evidently, they think that it really gave this perception that they think that AI must be available, generative AI must be available to everyone to use, especially by neurodivergent and poor people, in order to write their 50K. And to limit the use of generative AI is a form of ableism and classism. And it's that groups who are neurodivergent, that people who are in the lower income bracket, that they would not be able to write 50,000 words without AI, which is its own form of ableist, classist crap. It's elitist, and it is. I mean, I posted on my author page that I really hoped that this was just a poorly expressed probably AI written statement, and that it's not really targeted at neurodivergent writers and lower income writers. And I hope that it was not because their new sponsor is the AI driven writing program, ProWriting A. So yeah, everybody lost their crap. Well, it only took a few days of the forums blowing up, of authors and author tubers and just everyone on all platforms losing their collective minds about this, that Nano came out with a new statement. They're trying to, like, their version of waving the white flag, of instead of saying maybe we were wrong, to imply that we're an ableist, elitist, classist group, and we're just saying that AI should be available to everyone. And we're neutral on the thing. The problem is their form of neutrality. They admit that there are people who use generative AI for nefarious purposes, that they use it for plagiarism, that they use it to steal from other authors. And the problem is, um, you can't play neutral in this. They're like, we don't want to be part of this conversation. Well, the statement you made earlier this week makes you part of this conversation. Um, you can't have it both ways. I mean, there is a huge movement among author tubers and um, writing groups and stuff like this to say goodbye to NaNoWriMo. And sadly, a group that started to encourage novel writing has, honestly, we don't know what they're thinking. We don't know what they were doing, why they chose this position. But now they're trying to backtrack from this position of saying that everyone should use AI, especially neurodivergent and lower income writers, to saying that, well, AI is a tool. Non-generative AI is a tool. Yes, we can all agree on that. And we all have been using it all the time for decades. Generative AI is the problem, because there's always this huge thing of writers' works being plagiarized, writers being stolen from, of book thieves taking books, posting 20 or 30 books on Amazon that are all books that they stole off of Inkitt or Wattpad or Royal Road or Ream. This is happening, and it's a constant fight against the mirror sites, which give access to written work that authors do not get any money for. The people who host the site get money for. So it comes down to, of where do you lie? You admit that NaNoWriMo, you admit that generative AI can be used for nefarious purposes, that it is ethically gray, and yet in your previous statement you said that lower income people, that neurodivergent people could only do your 50K with this. It's breathe in, breathe out. As someone who is neurodivergent, as someone who has suffered a stroke and has severe memory loss issues, I turned to writing to recover from my stroke. And I love the writing challenges. Oh yeah, 50,000 words. I've got this, baby. I love them. There was a couple of years I was writing 50,000 words a month, every month, along with the other writing challenges I did, like the 85K 90 from January to March, or the August 80K. Oh yeah, I love the August 80K. And so now you cannot take a neutral position on this. And I encourage everyone who's been part of Nano to go and look at their new statement, their revised statement. They say there's a letter of clarity coming. We have not seen it yet. I am going to link a video down that was put up by the author tuber, um, Meredith E. Phillips. She is a Regency writer, romance writer. She goes through this line by line, the new statement. It's very enlightening, and she, I think, best expresses how all of us feel about this. It is, what are you doing, Nano? what are you doing? And so just that's my take on this thing. And I just want to say, I have some suggestions. Maybe having, what if we have Autumn Authors Writing Challenge? We can call it AuAuWriCha, I don't know, something silly like that. Autumn Writers Month, um, October, Writetober. I'm not a fan of the November because November is always super busy for me with family and stuff. But I mean, we could do a winter words for writers. We could do WinWoWriMo or WintWords. January to March, we have the 85K 90. For the spring challenges, maybe March writing challenge, and we could call it MaWriCha. Or I don't know, spring novel writing month. We could do that in March or April or May, and we can call it NaNoWriMo. That could be fun. And then, for the summer, hell, join me for the August 80K, August 18K. You can write 80K, you can write 18K, pick your number for your comfort zone. Everybody's welcome. Just I hate to see this NaNoWriMo digging this hole deeper and deeper and deeper. But check Meredith's video below. There's also an article from a blog that talks about the pivot to AI writing. I've got both those links in the description. And oh my goodness, let me know what you think. This is insane. That you know, I understand that they lost enough people that they needed to go out and get a corporate sponsor, but that they are trying to play Switzerland while storing nuclear bombs, that doesn't make sense to me. Either they're going to have to take a stand on the generative AI. They're just going to have to do it. And it's not going to be popular and it's not going to be pretty. And they don't want to be included in this conversation, but they're the ones that opened the book. Anyway, I'm Mama Maggie Ward, independent author, stroke survivor, and coffee addict. Be blessed, have a lovely day, and I hope you can find a writing challenge that you love.